who signed the document? Did anybody sign that document?
This is not my signature, Your Honor.
Whose signature is it?
I have no
what's
idea.
the name on
Do
it?
you have the signature
What does it
page?
say on it?
Judge, may I interject? Because that signature looks like Sunda Tyrone. I think it's supposed to be the plaintiff's signature with his last name and his middle name.
Mr. Yoshida, this is a candid signature of the plaintiff's taken by us at the time of the case, was registered. And he signed it. This is his signature. This is someone, looks like they're forging his signature. This refers to his first name as Tyrone, when in fact he actually refers to himself as Michael. I can't imagine why somebody who wants to get rid of a vehicle would put the wrong name on a title that he's turning over to give it to you to sell.
This right here is not right, Your Honor, and it needs to be dealt with.
All right. The parties are excused while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you all.
And this courtroom is adjourned.
All right, this is a difficult case. It's not a simple breach of contract, allegations of fraud, taking the vehicle under false pretense. The evidence that is demonstrated is that on 2 occasions the defendant made a withdrawal amounting to $5,000, which supports his version of some kind of business transaction or use of that money in May, which he claims was part of this deal. The plaintiff initially indicated that's complete fabrication. He didn't essentially know anything about the nature of the deal. And then when Judge Acker examined him, he said, oh yes, he acknowledged that the defendant would be an interpreter, that he might involve him. Now comes this bill of sale. If the bill of sale was a valid bill of sale that we could feel confident that in fact the defendant sold it for $2,900, I'd be a little bit more inclined to accept the defendant's version of what happened. But it doesn't add up. There's something missing. Now, can we say the car is missing? But if we say essentially that we don't believe the defendant, then
we still have to believe the plaintiff.
But wouldn't that disbelief of the defendant's version add credibility to the plaintiff's version?
No.
No.
I love how you started your examination, Patricia, because it was the same thing I was thinking. Why the heck are you having him sell the car? You're some rich business person with all of these deals and all of these assets. You want to get rid of a car? There are easier ways to offload it than having an undocumented transaction with a friend you've known for 40 years who you say, I was just trying to help him, come up. So I think that the defendant may have still done something shady with this car, but it's still not inconsistent with his position that he deserved the car in repayment of a debt. And I still don't buy this 20% commission transaction.
If he had no defense at all, we don't believe him. So that's tantamount to not having any defense at all. He still has a burden of proof that he has to meet. So he would still have to convince us through his credible testimony by a preponderance that he, in fact, gave him a vehicle to sell and he never sold it or gave him any money for it. My personal feeling is I can't award anybody anything on this testimony in here. I'm going to find that.
And yours, Judge?
I would join that. I would dismiss.
And I would join the two of you.
This court is again in session.
We've reached the verdict. It's unanimous. A trial is a search for the truth. And we can only do that on the basis of evaluating the testimony that you've given us and any documentary evidence in support of that testimony. One thing is clear. One of you is lying. But on the basis of this evidence, we were unable to clearly grant the plaintiff's point of view as to what happened with respect to this transaction. We found that the plaintiff failed to meet his burden of proof. That doesn't mean this didn't happen the way you said it did. It just means that on the basis of what was presented, we cannot conclude that you have met your burden of proof in this case. So the verdict of this court is that your complaint is dismissed.